I see you dressed in white. Everyone made a
UCB Canada, Tom Labonte along with you this afternoon with Joel Smallbone of For King and Country. Joel, thanks for taking the time, bro.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, like I said, it's a surprise to be hanging out with you right now. I thought it would be your brother Luke, but pleasant surprise, I must say.
Well, I won't tell Luke you said that, but I appreciate the thought.
So, dude, you guys are at Wonder Jam at Canada's Wonderland this summer. We'll get into that, but firstly, I wanted to say the movie Priceless. I saw it for the first time last night. You see, I'm in Canada, so when it was in theaters, it was in select theaters. So last night I watched it, dude. Such a good movie. Very, very important movie. Can you explain why I'm saying it's important?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for your kind words. And it was certainly a labor of love for Luke and myself and the band. It was, it's funny, you have a bunch of musicians getting involved with a film, but the major reason why we felt it was such an important feature for us to be a part of was, if you go back to the beginning of the band about 5 years ago, Luke had just gotten married. I met my now wife, Mariah, at his wedding. She was brought as someone's plus one with the intent to introduce us. And so she was kind of a wedding crasher of sorts, and it worked. And long story short, right around that time, we started traveling, and so this idea of love and relationships and commitment was kind of keen on Luke's and my hearts and minds. And so we shared this real simple message from stage about chivalry and about celebrating a woman's worth. And one of the tangible things we did, we brought over a load of Australian coins. We framed them. We made necklaces out of them. We called it the Priceless necklace. And Tom, I mean, we've seen upwards of, I think, 500,000 men and women, boys and girls grab one of these necklaces at this point in the United States and Canada and rally around this cause. And it's been sort of exciting and alarming to see the response. So we went to our brother Ben about 3 years ago. He's a filmmaker, and we said, hey, we really feel like there's a story that needs to be told here. And his eyes lit up, and he recalled this sort of dramatic, true story. And so we pulled inspiration from that. And long story very short, from inception of story to I was one of the actors in the film, now to kind of it being out around the world after the theatrical release and then the DVD digital release on Valentine's Day, which just it's been remarkable, man, to hear the importance of the story. And part of the reason, as you asked, it was so important for us because one of the questions we asked as we were putting together the film is, okay, well, if every human life is priceless, what's the antithesis of that? And that is that a human life can be bought. And part of this true story that we were inspired by drops into this sort of tragic epidemic of our age that is human trafficking.
Yeah.
And so part of it is exposing this reality in sort of a very honest, gritty way. But at heart, the film is a love story. It's a kind of a love story between a man and a woman, between a daughter and a father, and between two sisters, and how far they're willing to go for one another. Yeah,
totally. I've totally felt the power of love, especially at the end. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Now, when you made that movie with your brothers, now it's safe to say music is your bread and butter. So you were almost taking the chance when you made that movie. If you were going to speak to somebody right now that's kind of at a point in their life where, they can keep going with what they do or they can take a chance, what would you say to that person?
Now, I think one thing that has hit me, my wife and I have actually been walking through this lately. We had a conversation the day before yesterday about it, actually, so it's a timely question. One of the things that is at war in each of us is sort of, yes, the humanity and the spirituality, but I'll put it in a different way. Let's say the war is between heaven, the heaven and sort of the physical realm, or the kingdom and earth. And they got very different objectives, and at very different points in life, they'll say different things. I have found that it's in the risk, it's in the, following the thing that is important, it's the right thing to do, even if it makes no sense from a humanistic success rate, financial perspective, that is the freest, truest, most God-honoring way to live. And inside that, Tom, even if it doesn't succeed, we were fortunate that the film did well and people responded to it, but it was a risk. And even if it doesn't succeed, there's still inside that there's a blessing, I believe. I was just in Israel this last week on kind of a social, spiritual awareness trip, and I got a ring in Hebrew, and that ring, in essence, says there is a blessing in the things that are hidden from the eye. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I completely admire you for taking that chance. I always say there's a thin line between foolishness and wisdom, and sometimes others can't see the difference, but we know, right? Hey,
No, it's very true.
Are there more movies on the way?
In good time.
Okay.
I mentioned to you when we were off air that we're literally heading to the studio when I get off this call for a writing session today, and we're in the thick of working on our third studio recording right now, and so that's taking the focus. But we certainly feel like there's an opportunity to tell more of these types of stories and to inspire and to build awareness and to entertain and all the rest of it.
So are we going to hear some of that new music at Wonder Jam this summer?
Oh, let's see. No, that's a great question. What date is it again?
June 17th is when it is.
You know what? You just might.
Okay.
So we've got a rehearsal from June 12th to June 16th, and the plan is, if all goes well, we're not quite sure what song yet, but the plan is during that time is to work in a new song. So literally, Wonder Jam might be the very first time we ever play that song.
Ooh, that's enticing. Great. All right.
Yeah.
So June 17th, Canada's Wonderland. You guys are with Wren Collective. Skillet's going to be there. Manic Drive. Bonehampton is emceeing. And of course, for King and Country, you guys are always a good time live. You have, 1.2 million instruments on the stage. You guys have a blast. By the way, that squeeze box thing you guys play, what's that thing called?
Yes. If you have joined us, we do have, I think I did the calculation, it's not quite 1.2 million, but it's 43, I think we have 43, 45 instruments on stage.
Wow.
And there's 8 of us kind of jumping around playing them. Mm-hmm. So the squeeze box, as you referred to it, is called a harmonium. It's an Indian drone instrument.
Oh.
And we've had it really from the first record. We found one and we fell in love with it. So we sort of incorporated it in almost every record since.
Right on. So, we just kind of teased it a bit. For those that have never seen you live, what can we expect on June 17th at Canada's Wonderland?
Well, man, we just have a great time with it. I will say that. We never want it to get boring. So a lot of us are multi-instrumentalists. So there's a lot of musical switching on stage. But there's a lot of stories told as well. There's some. There might be some lasers. There might be a curtain falling from the ceiling. There's a load of exciting, preposterous things. I mean, I love orchestras as well. And so we brought along a whole bunch of orchestral instruments, timpanis and tubular bells and cellos. And so it's very interactive. There's one song, not to spoil it for us, but there's one song where we all go out, 7 of us go out into the audience and play the song at various places in the audience and get to say good day to people on a bit more of a close scale. And yeah, so it's going to be between Wren and between Skillet and us. It's going to be there's a great flavor of music there. I think it's going to be an inspiring night. Bro,
you had me at lasers. All right, I'm in. I can't wait. June 17th, Wonder Jam at Canada's Wonderland, WonderJamFestival.com. Joel Smallbone from For King and Country. Thanks so much for taking some time today.
Of course, Tom. And hey, thanks for taking the time to watch the film last night, man.
Yeah.
That's very mean. It's one thing to sit in the car and listen to a record or a song for 3.5 minutes, but to take a night and sit down and watch a feature-length film for an hour and 40 minutes is very that means a lot to me. So thank you.
Absolutely. All right, thanks, Joel. Hey, Joel, I just want to say, and this won't be in the interview, because I might be the only one that noticed, or I don't know, but the lighting in that movie, man, was amazing. I was just captivated by it. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
dude, my brother would actually gave me chills when you said that. My brother Ben, who directed the piece, would be very proud of himself upon hearing that, because it is one of those things that people look over all the time in a film, but it's so important, right? Like, if it's not right, it just makes the film look like a bundle of cheese, you know? So we really worked hard. We had a great DP, and Ben has a real great understanding of that. We really worked hard to make sure the lighting was right. So thank you for saying that.
absolutely. Dude, thanks for taking the time, and I know you have some more stuff on the way, so hopefully we can connect on the 17th of June.
Yeah, let's try and do that. Let's try and take a moment to say good day. I'd like that.
Okay, cool. All right, bless you, bro.
All
Thanks
right,
for your
buddy.
time.